creative blockages in creativity, in art, we talk a lot and we experience a lot blockages. And I'm sure here on YouTube you're going to find a lot of videos, a lot of people telling you what to do, the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps and the program you have to take and the coach you have to work with. And I am super happy to be here sharing in this video from a very humble place the thing that shifted my life as a creative, and how from now on you can start experiencing the same, not feeling the resistance, not feeling the fear, not feeling like you don't have what it takes. It's one thing that you're going to start applying and it's going to transform your life from now on. So welcome back to another video. If you have been following my channel, you probably have seen me already. If this is the first time that you see me, welcome back to this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a creative, I want to say most artists, I went to school for fine arts and visual design. It was the fine arts school in my city, Medellin, in Colombia. I was around artists. I've been always very passionate about art, film, everything that humans can create. It fills my soul, my everything. And I was always very curious. It was very interesting for me to see how artists, especially, I feel like there's a little bit more of a structure in design and maybe it's not as free as art can be, right? Design, we have to create solutions. So things need to work. We cannot get too messy, you know. In art, you just do you, and that can be as messy as you want. And it always, I think, created this interesting feeling inside of me, seeing how a lot of artists we know have had, I don't want to sound judgmental, but yeah, challenging lives, you know, where there was a lot of alcohol or drugs or just darkness. And if you're an artist watching this, we know that in the dark there's where we find a lot of inspiration, right? We're familiar with this, you know. So diving, traveling in the universe of our emotions is where we get that inspiration, where we can transform that and turn it into art, which is beautiful. You know, I'm thinking now musicians, chefs, any career, um, anything that involves a creative process, we know that a lot of the times it's just going, it happens from going into the depths and into the dark. But the interesting thing for me is that even though we know how wonderful and beautiful and important is the process of working with other emotions, I think you are going to resonate, you're going to agree with me that how crazy it is, the idea that we didn't have classes at school, like many classes at school that showed us, that were teaching us how to work with our emotions, how to properly work with our emotions. So you see a lot of artists that just go in the dark and stay there. And sometimes they come to the light and they present their work, but a lot of the times it's just like these very dark lifestyles. So it's been always in my heart, that idea of like why there's not a lot of a little more support and ways to balance the life of an artist or of a creative. I don't want to say only artists, because you know, fashion designers, interior designers, there's a lot of creatives, you know, that our magic happens in those places of very deep emotions. And that's, I'm just describing, you know, like maybe a group of people, but we also have, let's say there's a portion, we have seen it, many of creatives are very successful, and it's almost like they know how to work, how to find that balance in their emotions, and they have, you know, like a space to work with the emotions, and they have a structure on how to make things happen, right? How to develop their ideas and how to bring their ideas into life, without letting their emotional universe to take over, right? And we have this other group of creatives that we know they're so creative, but it's almost like they just don't think they're enough. They just don't think they have what it takes. Others have what it takes, but they don't have what it takes. There's, if we go into the psychology, if we look at this from the psychology perspective, I can stay hours here describing the different types of personalities that we can find in the creative minds, right? But the one thing that I'm going to share in this video, it's still like, it blows my mind a little bit to see that it's just like a mix of feelings. I'm super grateful that I arrived, that I connected with this information, that I received this information from beautiful people that I've been interacting with. But I'm like, oh my God, I wish every single person, every single creative, but every single human would have had this information clear since we were little. But here we are. So super happy that you are going to receive this from me and to create your own version of this, your own idea, your own way of working with this. And in any moment that we are, it's as simple as this, any moment that we are experiencing resistance, blockages, fears, like maybe things are crumbling, our lives, we are, let's say, in a rock bottom in our lives. The one thing that keeps us in those situations and in the same dynamics, creating and attracting and experiencing life from the same place, is being in our minds, going in the past, in what we have experienced, and analyzing what could happen in the future and creating all these illusions of what could be, what the future could be. And yes, you probably are thinking already, oh yes, it's this idea of being present and meditating and blah blah blah. Sure, that sounds beautiful. I think we have been talking a lot about how to be present, and in my channel, in a lot of my videos, I invite people to create stillness practices and to find their own way to be present. But the goal that I'm going to share here, and the thing that completely shifted my life, and it's almost like you're probably gonna laugh the way I've been laughing, because it's just like, it's nothing that we don't know. It's just, I'm anchoring now the two pieces that make this happen, how they have to go like this. They cannot be separated, because you would agree with me that a lot of the times we are present, but we are present with discomfort and we don't know what to do with that. It's like, okay, I'm present, I'm not thinking, but I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling well. Like, things are still very bad. And the key, and the one piece, the beautiful thing that I'm excited to share is, yes, being present, but being in our hearts. The beautiful key that I want to share with everyone watching this video. It's very different being present than being present and being in our hearts. God, it's just like, I want to let you feel into that for a few seconds. When you are present, yes, sure, you're probably, your thoughts go away and you're here. And some people arrive to that energy of love, to their hearts, yes. But I think it's important for us to remind ourselves being present and being in our hearts, to do both at the same time. That's what it does the magic. Because again, if we're present, we're just like, okay, I don't have thoughts. And maybe you will, it happens for some people that have developed the practice, that has worked on developing the practice of that understands a lot of these concepts, and we don't need to I don't want to go, into recommending the many books that you have to read about self-development or spirituality to get here. No, I just want to share that is as simple, someone that I have invested a lot of time in self-development and spirituality. I grew up with a Zen monk dad. I've been observing life for many years, understanding humans, and it was never as clear for me, not only for me, but it's in my mind. It's like, this is how everyone else can see it. Everyone else that maybe haven't had the life, let's say, the path that I had. I, in a way, want to say that I had the privilege to grow up with a Zen monk that has allowed me to see and be aware of many things. I am aware that not everyone has the same opportunities. Other people have different amazing, it's not about comparing. I just see and feel deeply in my heart that for anyone having a difficult time, difficult challenge right now in their lives, the way out is just practicing this. What happens when we are present and when we are in our hearts? And let's say, I want to continue just saying being in our hearts from now on. You understand that being in our hearts means being present. When we are just in our hearts, in the moment we wake up to the moment we go to bed, and I want to say, I've been practicing this and it's not easy. It's a process. The same thing, we start a diet, the same way we create a new habit. We have to remind ourselves through the day to come back, because we are so reactive, because we want to go in the past, because we want to go in the future. But when we are in our hearts, and it's love what we have in our hearts. So everything that presents, every interaction that might have been triggering in the past, now because we are in our heart, we can see it unfold, and we respond from a loving place. Even if at the beginning you don't know how to respond in a loving way, you create the awareness, and then probably you will reflect later about, okay, next time that's what I would like to do. That's a loving way. And you want to be more loving, so you start paying attention to who is loving in your life. You want to be part of loving things, environments, and relationships that just amplify that. So any creative watching this, I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy that I've been experiencing this shift. I am super happy that I'm able to put these words together so you receive this message. I would like to hear from you what you feel, what you think about this, if you start applying it, if you start feeling the shift. It's October 2025. It's been a few weeks that I've been experiencing this. I have had moments that I'm like, sometimes I think that I'm going crazy. I'm like, what am I experiencing? I just have so much love in my heart. And the wonderful thing that happens, the ripple effect of this, is just blows my mind, and it's going to blow your mind. My closest relationships, the way I relate with others, they feel it, because I'm so excited, so passionate about continuing my day, being in my heart. People feel it. People feel that you're not reactive. People feel that you are not shutting down. People feel that you're changing. You're a different human. And they want to respond, they feel inspired. I have my dad, I have my mom, I have multiple people around me that have been feeling the same. Group of friends that were just like, what is this love? People that intentionally are also living this way. And everyone's just like, what is it? And things start presenting and showing up in your life, like you start seeing synchronicities, and you start, meeting people that are the same level of love. I am sharing something that it just clicked. It's an insight that I am discovering in my life. But there are millions of people around the world that already live this way. So don't miss out. Start from today, from this moment. Don't miss it. It's the most beautiful and wonderful thing that we all get to experience as humans. We have been missing out. I've been missing out, and I'm super excited that I'm here, that we are here. So let's go. Let's go. Please, if you feel inspired, feel welcome to share your experience, your thoughts, your feelings, your everything. I would love to hear from you. For now, this is the message that I wanted to share in this video. So much peace and love to you. I hope to see you in my next video.